In a quiet corner of North Carolina, in a small town surrounded by pine trees and silence, lived a 17-year-old boy named Caleb Rivers. Caleb was known not for being brilliant, but for being bright. Not in grades, not in sports, but in attitude. No matter what life threw at him, he smiled. Teachers called him the Sunshine Boy. His friends joked that even if his house caught fire, he'd probably say, "Well, at least the mosquitoes are gone." But what people didn't know was that Caleb's life was far from easy. Caleb's mother was battling depression. His father had left when he was 12. Money was tight. Sometimes dinners were just bread and peanut butter. His shoes had holes. His textbooks were secondhand. Still, every morning he stood at the school gate, smiling and greeting others like a host at a party. One day, his friend Noah asked him, "How do you stay so happy? Don't you ever get tired of pretending?" Caleb looked at him calmly and replied, "I'm not pretending. I just believe things will get better if I think better." Then came the worst week of his life. His mom was hospitalized. The electricity was cut off at home due to unpaid bills. He failed his history midterm, and to top it off, it rained heavily, flooding their small basement room. He showed up at school drenched, tired, hungry. The principal saw him and asked, "Why are you even here, Caleb? You need to rest." But Caleb said, "If I stop now, everything will collapse. If I keep moving, even slowly, there's still hope." People around Caleb began to notice something. His positive energy wasn't just keeping him going, it was lifting them too. The janitor, who had been grumpy for years, started smiling. His math teacher, who had lost her husband recently, said, "You remind me that life still has light." His friend Noah, who was struggling with anxiety, began journaling because Caleb told him, "You don't fight darkness, you switch on a light." Even the principal invited him to speak at the school assembly. Caleb hesitated, but then stood in front of 300 students and shared, "Life won't always be fair. It won't always be kind. But you can choose to be. Because how you think becomes how you live." Months later, a guest from a community foundation came to visit the school. They heard Caleb speak and met him afterward. They were shocked to know about his home life. He never mentioned it on stage. They said, "You didn't talk about your struggles. Why?" He smiled and replied, "Because I don't want to be remembered for what I survived. I want to be remembered for what I believed." A month later, he received a letter, a full scholarship to a university. Not because he had perfect grades, but because of his mindset. Caleb graduated with honors. He later founded an organization called Bright Inside, dedicated to teaching students the power of mindset and resilience. He didn't build his life on talent, luck, or money. He built it on thoughts. When storms came, he smiled. When the world broke, he rebuilt. When there was no light, he became it. So friends, you can't control your circumstances, but you can control your focus. You can't choose what life hands you, but you can choose what you do with it. Positive thinking isn't magic. It's the mindset that helps you survive until the miracle happens.